A. What if the voice that tells you to quit just disappeared forever? What if the struggle you're facing right now isn't a reason to stop, but a sign that you're right on the edge of a breakthrough? You weren't given this pain to destroy you. You were given it to make you stronger. This very moment, the pressure, the tiredness, the doubt, this isn't the end. It's your testing ground. No man has ever risen without first being broken. No empire has ever stood tall without weathering storms. And no mind has ever been made unshakable without first walking through fire. You say it's tough? Good. That means the process is working. This speech isn't here to comfort you. I'm not here to give you an excuse to stop. I'm here to wake up the strength that's been hiding underneath your weakness. The version of you that fights back, that acts, that refuses to sink into safety and ease. Let others quit. Let the fearful step back. But you? Don't you even think about quitting. You've come too far. You've endured too much. Everything you fought for is just past this pain. So you don't stop now. You don't fall apart here. You grow here. Right now, stand tall in your mind. Let the world feel your silent strength. Speak louder than all their noise. This is your moment. Let's begin. When times get hard, most people look for an escape. They start whispering lies to themselves. Maybe this wasn't for me. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I've done enough. But let me talk to the part of you that still remembers who you were before the world told you to give up. Pain isn't your enemy. Pressure isn't a stop sign. Resistance isn't a signal to turn around. It's a gate, a test, a sacred doorway that only a few, the builders, the finishers, the ones who decide, will ever step through. And the man who walks through that gate is not the same man who walked in. He's stronger, sharper, more real. That's what hardship does. It burns away everything that's fake. Every excuse goes up in flames. And what's left? The part of you that cannot be broken. Andrew Carnegie once told me something I never forgot. He said, "Struggle is the fire that sharpens destiny. It burns away the weak man and leaves behind the one who's ready to lead." Carnegie didn't grow up with riches. He was a poor immigrant from Scotland, working in a telegraph office, earning almost nothing. But every hour he observed, he listened, and he prepared. So when his opportunity came, he didn't hesitate. The long hours, the doubts, the low wages, they had already built his mind. And now, here you are, in your own fire. So I ask you, what will this fire leave behind? Will it leave a man who gave in when things got hard, or a man so focused and so steady that the world can't ignore him? Charles M. Schwab knew pressure well. As Carnegie's right-hand man, he faced fierce competition and tough critics, men with more money, more experience, more power. But what made Schwab stand out wasn't genius. It was his ability to keep going. He didn't freeze. He made fast decisions. He led from the front when others hid in fear. I once asked him how he faced fear, and he said, "Mr. Hill, fear is just fog. A man must keep walking even when he can't see clearly. Maybe you can't see your future right now. Maybe you're lost in tiredness, drowning in doubt. But listen to me clearly. You must keep walking. You keep pushing forward. You keep building. Because the man who waits for things to be perfect never builds anything that lasts." Henry Ford, another man the world once laughed at. They said cars were a silly idea. His own team told him an 8-cylinder engine was impossible. But what did Ford say? Build it anyway. And not just once, again and again until they made it work. Because Ford knew something most people never learn. When everything pushes back against you, sometimes it's not the world testing you. It's your own mind asking, do you really want this? And you answer not with words, but with effort, with persistence, with identity that can't be broken. Ford didn't succeed because things were easy. He became Ford because things were hard, and he kept going anyway. Do you think the ones who changed the world had it easy? Do you think the men who built countries, companies, and movements did it from a place of comfort? No, they did it tired. They did it misunderstood. They did it even when nobody believed in them, not even themselves at times. But they moved forward anyway because they made one decision and never let themselves go back. Let me be clear. If you're tired right now, that's good. It means you're in the fight. If you're doubting yourself right now, that's good. It means you're growing. If you feel pressure, that's good. It means you're doing something important. But I will not let you quit, because quitting now would not just betray your dream, it would betray who you really are. And I know who you are becoming, the one who shows up, the one who listens to vision, not fear, the one who chooses purpose over comfort. Let others sleep, let them doubt, let them walk away, but not you. You don't get to stop, because this fire you're in, it's shaping you. And when you rise from it, and you will rise, the world will know you weren't lucky, you weren't gifted, you were forged. Keep going. Don't even think about quitting. Understand something deep today. The pain you're feeling isn't punishment, it's a process, a powerful transformation, a fire that burns away the soft spots, the hesitation, the lies, and leaves behind steel. Most men, when they feel that fire, they run. They go back to comfort, back to what they know. But not you. You're not meant to run. You're made to last. You're made to build. And nothing truly valuable has ever been built without cost. Let's be real. There will be days when nothing works, when the people around you doubt you, when even the smallest steps feel like dragging stone uphill. And on those days, a voice will whisper, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should take a break. Maybe I'm done. But that voice is not the real you. That's the old you, the one who gave up too early, who never finished anything. You are done living like that. You must now speak louder than that voice. Say, no, I'm staying right here. I may be tired. I may feel stretched, but I am not broken. I am not giving up. And I will not leave this story half written. This is the moment you change who you are, not with fanfare, but with a decision. The decision to carry the weight even when it hurts. The decision to keep going when your knees shake. Abraham Lincoln didn't lead in comfort. He was attacked, ridiculed, doubted, even betrayed. But he stood firm, quiet, focused, anchored to his purpose. That's what you must become, anchored to your mission, your future, your word. There won't be applause, no one may notice, but every day you keep going, you are building something no storm can tear down. This is where you earn it, not when it's fun, but now, when it's hard, when you want to stop, but don't. That man, the one who keeps going when he could quit, that man becomes unstoppable. And here's the truth the world won't tell you. Most people give up just before everything was about to change. One more call, one more step, one more day, and they quit. But not you. You're not like most people. You don't follow feelings. You don't chase easy. You follow purpose. You live by a code, and that code is written in words like relentless, resilient, and ruthless. Quitting is not in that code. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times trying to make the light bulb. He saw things explode. He was mocked. His own team questioned him. But he never doubted the outcome. He had already decided how it would end. Every failure proved he was one step closer. That's how you must see this moment. It's not a failure. It's not a wall. It's a gateway. And you are walking through it. Head high, eyes forward, heart made of decision. You don't stop when it's tough, you become tougher. You don't turn back from struggle, you rise through it. You don't ask, will I succeed? You say, watch me, I'll make it undeniable. If no one claps, you keep building. If no one sees it, you still show up. If no one believes in you, you believe in yourself. You finish. This pain won't last forever, but the strength it leaves in you, that lasts forever. Keep going. Do not quit. There will come a day when all this will make sense. The pain, the pressure, the doubt, it will all become clear. That day, the weight you once carried will turn into strength. The silence you endured will turn into peace. The hidden effort will become light for others to follow. But that day only comes for the one who refuses to lay down. It doesn't come to the entitled. It doesn't come to the clever. It comes to the one who never stopped, who built in silence, who said, I'll keep going for as long as it takes. Let me speak of Andrew Carnegie again. He came to America as a poor immigrant boy. He had nothing but hunger, hunger for growth, for knowledge, for greatness. He worked low-paid jobs, faced rejection, and was overlooked. But he kept going. Every challenge was training, every hardship prepared him. And in time, he built an empire, not just of wealth, but of wisdom. He showed us something powerful. Greatness isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn, with silence, with sweat, with difficult choices, with persistence, and that same drive, that same fire. It's in you. You're not here just to get by. You're here to lead, to build, to become. So walk forward, even when your legs tremble, especially when they do, because most men quit here, but not you. You're not most men. You were made for this. Keep going, and don't you dare quit. Is your past calling you back, even though you've already moved on from that version of yourself? What lies ahead if you keep going is a life built so strong, so stable, so unshakable that even fear itself won't dare to knock again. Keep moving forward. Don't slow down. Don't second guess, and don't even think about quitting. Not now, not ever. There comes a moment on the journey of every builder where everything goes quiet. The claps stop. The rewards don't show up. Progress slows almost to a stop. And in that quiet space, a question screams louder than anything else. Is this still worth it? This is the moment that separates those who only try from those who truly conquer. Everyone starts with excitement. Everyone starts with a dream. But only a few keep going when the wind stops showing up and the effort starts to feel heavier. It's in this slow, dark middle, when your drive seems to fade, that you are either built stronger or left behind. Let me tell you something most people won't say clearly. The pain you're feeling isn't a signal to stop. It's the sign that you're finally growing. You're becoming not the version of yourself that starts things, but the version that brings them to the finish line. Not the man who makes promises, but the one who sees them through, even when it's tough. When Thomas Edison was in the middle of inventing the light bulb, he had already faced more than 5,000 failures. The funds were running out. The press laughed at him. His own team questioned whether the idea was even possible. But Edison didn't stop just because success hadn't shown up yet. He kept going until success had no choice but to show up. When a young journalist asked him if he ever thought about quitting, Edison replied, "Young man, I haven't failed. I've just found 5,000 ways that don't work." Think about that. He had already made up his mind. He didn't need to see results first. He decided the outcome in advance. That's what men with vision do. They commit so deeply that life has no choice but to match their decision. And now you have to do the same. Stop asking if you're on the right road just because it hurts. The right road always hurts the most in the beginning. It cuts away your weaknesses. It brings your fears into the open. It puts every excuse right in your face and dares you to keep going anyway. Henry Ford wasn't admired when he first set out to build a car for regular people. He was mocked. He was attacked. Even his closest engineers told him it was impossible. But Ford wasn't looking for permission. He already saw the factory in his mind. He could already picture the car in people's hands. So when they said it couldn't be done, he just said, "Do it anyway." That's strength, that's focus, that's the level you must hold yourself to right now. This moment you're in, the stress, the doubt, is the gate to everything you said you wanted. But most people never make it through. They turn around, they tell themselves they'll try again later when it's easier. They lie to themselves with phrases like, "Maybe it's not the right time," or "Maybe this isn't for me." No, it is for you if you finish what you began. Dreams don't belong to the person who simply talks about them. They belong to the person who's willing to sweat for them, who builds even when it's boring, who walks forward even when the storm screams at him to turn back. Let me share something I learned from Charles M. Schwab, one of the most powerful business leaders of the industrial era. He once told me, "Mr. Hill, the men who turn back when things get tough don't realize they were only 10 feet from gold." And it's true. I watched men again and again give up when they were just one decision, one day, one act of discipline away from breaking through. And it wasn't because they lacked skill, it was because they lacked staying power. So I'm telling you, endure. Endure the silence. Endure the pressure. Endure the long hidden hours. Because only the ones who keep going when it's hard are the ones who truly deserve the reward when it arrives. Repeat after me. I do not stop when it gets hard. I lean in. I do not look for escape. I look for growth. Pain is not a reason to quit. It's the proof that I am being rebuilt. Let these words stay inside you. Let them ground you when the road feels cold. Let them become your rhythm, a rhythm that fear cannot touch. Because the man who keeps walking even after the light fades, even after the applause goes silent, even when no one believes in him, he doesn't just survive the storm, he becomes the storm. Here's a truth few will say aloud, a truth only known by those who've stood at the edge of collapse and kept moving anyway. Your greatest power will always show up when you feel like you have no power left. Not when you're winning, not when you're excited, but when you're tired, alone, and questioning everything. That's when most people fall apart. But that's also when a man of purpose is created. When things get tough, your old self starts to fall away. The version of you that wanted comfort, fast results, and applause. That version can't survive the pressure, and that's a good thing. Because pressure doesn't just break people, it makes them stronger. Look at Abraham Lincoln. When he entered the White House, the country was already falling apart. States were leaving, war was certain, his advisors doubted, the people had lost faith, and the weight of a divided nation fell on his back. But Lincoln didn't run. He didn't look for shortcuts. He faced the pressure head on. He carried the weight, and because of that, he helped give America a backbone. He didn't become a giant because life was easy. He became one because he showed up day after day, even when most would have given up. That's the kind of man you must become. You're not here for an easy win. You're here to transform, to get rid of anything soft or fearful inside you and rise as someone who leads his mind, controls his emotions, and moves with clarity and strength. Let me say it again. Life gets hard, not to stop you, but to grow you. You want courage? It shows up when your hands are shaking, but you keep moving. You want self-control? It's formed when your body says rest, but your spirit says one more. You want belief? It's built when you push through the days your thoughts try to betray you. Andrew Carnegie once told me, no man becomes powerful until he no longer needs life to be easy. He meant that with all his heart. He didn't search for the smooth road. He walked the one that asked everything from him, because he knew that was where greatness would rise. He told me, the mountain doesn't get smaller, you get stronger, and you, my friend, are getting stronger, even if you don't feel it yet. So here's what to do when things get tough, and they will. Don't run, take one small step, even if it's not perfect, even if no one notices. Action, not motivation, is your lifeline. Return to your mission. Reread your purpose. Say it out loud. Connect back to why you started. Fear grows in people who forget their why. Cut out the noise. Don't explain your struggles to people who've never built anything. Don't ask for comfort from those who've never fought for a dream. Sit in silence. Remember who you are. Repeat this to yourself. I was made for this. Say it with power, not because you feel strong, but because you choose to be. And then keep going. Keep going when no one sees you. Keep going when the claps fade. Keep going when fear whispers, maybe this isn't worth it, because the man who stays steady in pain, in pressure, in silence, is the man this world cannot break. Let me finish with this. Say it out loud. Say it with fire. Say it with no hesitation. I am not done. I am not finished. I do not quit. I rise. Because the man who becomes unstoppable isn't the one who starts fast. He's the one who refuses to stop, no matter how slow the journey gets. And that man is you. You see, the ones who make it to the top aren't the ones who had perfect conditions. They're the ones who kept showing up when the weather turned cold, when the support vanished, and when nothing made sense. They're the ones who dug deep, even when they had nothing left but faith and grit. And I need you to understand something right now. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough, the shift, the reward, it's not in some faraway future. It's just beyond this hard moment, just beyond the next decision to keep going. The enemy wants you to stop now because he knows what's coming if you don't. He knows that once you break through this wall, there's no stopping you. But it's not just about the reward. It's about the man you're becoming in this fight, the discipline you're forming, the strength in your voice, the fire in your eyes, the silence in your soul that no storm can shake. You're not just building a life, you're building a legacy. Remember this, your future kids, your family, your circle, they're watching. Maybe not now, maybe not directly, but one day they'll look back and say, that's when he chose not to quit. That's when everything could have fallen apart, but he held the line. Your decision today is shaping generations. So, don't give your pain permission to stop you. Give it purpose. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Let it fuel you. You're not here to escape difficulty. You're here to overcome it. This is your moment to plant your feet, square your shoulders, and tell the world, I'm not backing down. I've come too far. And here's the beautiful part. Every time you push through, it gets easier to believe in yourself. Every small win adds up. Every hard choice makes you stronger. And slowly, without even realizing it, you become the man who doesn't fold under pressure, but rises through it. The man who doesn't fear failure because he's already faced worse and survived. Let the world say what it wants. Let the doubts try to creep in. Let the pressure build. You've already decided. You're not quitting. You're not turning around. You're not letting go of what God placed in your spirit. You're not here for temporary wins. You're here for total transformation. So I'll say it again loud and clear. Keep going. Keep building. Keep trusting the process. One day the pain will be a memory, but the strength will be forever. One day the struggle will be behind you, but the man you became will still stand tall. They might not see your effort right now. They might not clap for you, but heaven is watching, and God doesn't overlook endurance. He rewards it. Every sacrifice you make in silence, He sees it. Every tear you cry when no one's looking, He counts it. Every battle you fight in secret, He honors it. So walk forward with this in your spirit. What you're building is bigger than a goal. It's your call. What you're chasing is more than success. It's your purpose. What you're carrying is not a burden. It's a blessing in disguise. You're not losing, you're learning. You're not behind, you're being prepared. You're not stuck, you're being stretched for greater things. So tighten your grip. Fix your eyes, breathe deep, and keep moving, because quitting is not your story.